We're going to continue simplifying polynomials. What we're going to do is look at multiplying polynomials. We're going to use the word FOIL, and what the word FOIL stands for is you multiply the first terms. So with our example, the first terms would be x and x. So x times x would be x squared. Then what we do is we multiply the outside terms. So the outside terms would be the x and the 3. And when we multiply them, we get 3x. Then we're going to multiply the inner terms. So negative 3 times x, which would be negative 3x. And then we multiply the last terms. So negative 3 times 3, which is negative 9. So that's the multiplying. Then we're going to add the like terms. And we see that the only like terms would be these two right here. And those are opposites, so they're going to become 0. And we're left with x squared minus 9. And that right there is our answer. So let's look at the next one. First thing that we're going to do is multiply our first terms, and that gives us 2x squared. Then our outer terms, and that would be minus 7x. Then we're going to multiply the inside terms, which would be 10x. And then our last terms, which is negative 35. We're going to add our like terms, and we see that that adds up to 3x. So our answer is 2x squared plus 3x minus 35. Now, looking at letter C, this is a little bit more difficult because we're multiplying a binomial, 2 terms, with a trinomial, 3 terms. So we're going to take the 3x times the x squared, and that gives us 3x cubed. 3x times the negative 2x, which is negative 6x. And then the 3x times the 1, which is 3x. We're going to multiply the 8 by each of the terms in the trinomial. So that gives us 8x squared. 8 times negative 2 is negative 16x. And then 8 times 1, which is 8. Now we're going to add our like terms. This is the only cube, so we have 3x cubed. Oops, let's see, that one should have been a squared. So we have the negative 6x squared and the 8x squared, and that gives us plus 2x squared. And then we have the 3x and the negative 16x, and that gives us negative 13x. And then what we have is plus 8. Pause the video and try those next 3. So for letter D, x times x gives us x squared. X times negative 5 gives us negative 5x. Negative 4 times x gives us negative 4x. And negative 4 times negative 5 is a positive 20. We're going to add the like terms. We see that these two middle ones are like terms. So we have x squared minus 9x plus 20. So for letter E, we're starting off with the 7x and the x, and that gives us 7x squared. Then we have the 7x times the 9, which gives us 63x. We're going to multiply by the 2 now. 2 times x gives us 2x, and 2 times 9 gives us 18. We're going to add our like terms, and what we have is we have 7x squared plus 65x, and then plus 18. Now for letter F, We're going to multiply x by the trinomial. So we take the 3x cubed. X times 5x gives us plus 5x squared. And then x times negative 4 gives us negative 4x. When we multiply the next one, we have negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6x squared. We have negative 2 times 5, which is negative 10x. And then negative 2 times negative 4, which is positive 8. What we're going to do is we're going to combine our like terms. 3x cubed is our only cubed value. We're going to look at our squared value, and we have negative x squared. And then what we have is the 4x and the negative 10x, which is negative 14x. And then we have plus 8. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at multiplying each square polynomial. That should be example 2. So whenever we have a squared, what we're going to do is we're going to write it twice. So we're going to go x plus 4. And when we write it twice, we do the same thing that we did before. We're going to FOIL it. X times x is x squared. X times 4 gives us 4x. 4 times x gives us 4x. And 4 times 4 gives us 16. We're going to add our like terms. And we have x squared plus 8x plus 16. That would be our answer. So for the next one, once again, whenever we see it squared, what we're going to do is we're going to write it again. The squared means that there's 2 of the same. So there's 2 binomials that are exactly the same. It's called a square binomial. And we multiply the 3x times the 3x is 9x squared. 3x times the negative 2 is negative 6x. Negative 2 times the 3x is negative 6x. And negative 2 times negative 2 gives us a positive 4. We see that we have the same value, 9x squared minus 12x plus 4. And then for the next one, once again, 6x plus 5 squared. Squared means we write it again. So we have a square binomial, just like a square has 2 sides that are the same. So this side is, of course, equal to that side, but it's also equal to those. So when everything's the same, it would be a square. So 6x times 6x is 36x squared. 6x times 5 gives us 30x. 5 times 6 gives us 30x. And 5 times 5 gives us 25. The 2 middle terms are the same, and that gives us 36x squared plus 60x plus 25. Okay, pause the video and try those next 3 and see how you do. So for the next one, what we have is we have the x minus 6, so we're going to write it again. And that gives us x times x, which is x squared. X times negative 6 is negative 6x. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. We have 2 middle terms that are the same, x squared minus 12x plus 36. For letter E, once again, square binomial, we write it again. 2x times 2x gives us 4x squared. 2x times 1 gives us 2x. 1 times 2x gives us 2x. And 1 times 1 gives us a 1. We see these 2 terms are the same. 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. And for our last one, once again, a square binomial. So we have 2 binomials. And 4x times 4x is 16x squared. 4x times 3 gives us 12x. This gives us 12x. And this gives us 9. Two middle terms are the same. 16x squared plus 24x plus 9.